Good morning. I'm Mrs. Parent from Bearsy Library, and we just finished story time where we read this great story called Charlie Needs a Cloak. And it's about a shepherd who has a whole flock of sheep, and he had a pretty tattered coat. It was ripped and torn, and it was time to make a new one. So go ahead and watch the video and you'll find out what happened. So right now we're going to do our craft that goes along with this great book. And we're going to make a sheep greeting card. So here's our little sheep that we're going to make. And we're going to make a greeting card so that we could send to someone for a birthday or get well or miss you. And so let me show you. He's got his little furry head right here, a little fluffy wool head. And when you open it up, I wrote in mine, I hope you feel better soon. And let me explain the EWE here. A girl sheep, a lady sheep, is called a ewe. Not a U like I love you. It's called a U-E-W-E. It's just spelled differently and it sounds the same. So you can have a lot of fun with making this card because you can make it for different reasons. If you know someone that's having a birthday, you can make a sheep card that says happy birthday to you, or hope you are feeling better soon. Or if you miss somebody, just write miss you. You are the best, you and me forever. So these are some little ways that you can send a card to cheer someone up with our cute little sheep card. So let me angle this camera down so you can see what supplies we need and how simple it is to make this card. So here's your supplies, and if you don't have them, go ahead and pause the video and you can go find your supplies. We're going to again need scissors, a marker, a pencil if you want to draw out some of the pieces before they're cut, a glue stick, tacky glue if you have it, or Elmer's glue if you have it, because it's easier to secure the puffy little cotton balls on his head. But if you don't, the glue stick will work. You need just a small piece of black construction paper or cardstock, and then a bigger piece of white cardstock, and his wool, which I got just 5 cotton balls. I bought a whole bag, so look at this. There could be a whole flock of sheep I can make with these, can't I? All right, so let's get started. So for the card, you're going to take your 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, fold it in half, nice and even, and don't forget to crease it. We love creases. Creases help in our cutting. It helps in showing where we want to bend a card. But this one we're going to cut in half right on the crease. So if you can't use scissors, have somebody help you with this. So let's cut it in half. There. So we just need half of this card, and you can save the other half for another card that you want to make for a different situation. So here we're going to fold this piece that we just cut from the larger piece in half. Get the corners all nice and straight, and again we're going to fold it. So here's the beginning of our little sheep card. See that? So we want to do his face first. So just about halfway up on each side, we're going to go down with our cutting and up. So you get your scissors and start at halfway down on the crease so we can make the bottom of his little face. Okay, so we go down and up. So we cut around the corner here. So look there's our little sheep face. All right, our sheep needs a couple of black ears. See his little black ears that are hanging down? So we'll take our piece of black construction paper, and you can fold that in half too because it's just easier. You can cut 2 sheep ears at the same time. So you've got this size, so this is a little bit too long, but if you want long ears on your sheep, that's fine. So you could take your paper that's been folded in half, and we're going to cut out 2 ears. If you want to draw them first so that you could have 2 long ears the same, you can. But I just cut those out, and look at these 2 ears. So these are going to get glued right onto the back of the card. So let's get our glue stick and put some glue on each of these ears right at the very top, right at the little flat end. Okay, and then we're going to position them on the back so they kind of just hang down. You could have one out a little bit, however you want them. And that's the beginning of our little sheep. So he's got his ears, he can hear us. He needs a teeny tiny nose and a teeny tiny mouth. So if you want, you can draw on with a pencil first. So it goes way down at the bottom. It's like first you draw a part, half of a triangle, just like that. And then you can draw the little part that goes down here and a smile. Look at him. He's got a little nose and a little smile. So then if you want, you could leave it like that or take a darker marker and draw your half of a, it looks like a V. And his little smile. All right, so now he's got his smile and his little nose. And down, halfway down, kind of like where the crease, where we cut it, right there, right in the center, you're going to draw 2 circles because he's got to be able to see us. There we go. And then you just color those circles in to make his little eyes. Good, now he can hear us, he can see us, and he can sniff too. So here he is with his little eyes. So we're going to open him up because on the inside we're going to do the same thing. We're going to draw a V down at the bottom. Can you see where I'm drawing that? A little V down at the bottom. And a line down and a little tiny smile. So let's do that with our marker, or you can do it with a marker right away. Here's a V, here's a line, here's a smile. And you want his eyes, again, kind of like we're in the center, following about the same area. Here's an eye, a circle for eye. And you can have his eyes any color that you want. I just happen to have a black marker here, so that's what I'm using. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I'm going to just color these all in. And if you want, you can add eyelashes. Look at that. Okay, and also on the inside, since we've got a white sheep, we're going to take that scrap of paper again and just about the same length as your ear, just maybe a little longer, we're going to make a poofy, a little poofy top to put right here at the top to show, hey, this one on the inside is going to have black wool for the top of his head, because we can't put cotton balls on the inside. We would be able to show our card. So we could have black wool at the top of his head, and it's just about as long, a little bit longer than the ear that you cut out. So then go ahead and just cut some puffy, swirly wool for the top of his head. And if it comes out too big, we could just cut some off so that it fits inside the card nicely. So here we go. And I've cut 2 of them, because then you have another half of your card. You can go ahead and make another card from the other sheet that you cut from the original. So then we're going to put some glue on here, just as along the bottom more, because you want it to stick up above the card a little bit. And we'll put his little fluffy black wool fur on. So there's the inside so far. Now this is where you're going to write what you want to write on yours. You saw where I put, and I put a little sheet here of a different color. You saw where I put, I hope you feel better soon because I'm going to give this to my sister who's not feeling well. So I'm hoping this will cheer her up. And so if you know someone that's having a birthday, or someone that you miss, or someone that you just want to tell them they're the best friend ever, you could write, "You are the best friend ever," or "You and me forever," and happy birthday to you. So there's a lot of things that you can write to friends or family members to make them happy, and they'll be really excited to get a card like this. Okay, so that's all glued. We patted it down to make sure everything's sticking. We got their little eyes on and their smile. So now on the front, we can glue on our cotton balls. So you could take your tacky glue or Elmer's glue or whatever you have and swirl, swirl, swirl. Because this is you want to get enough on there to help them stick. Cotton balls can like to pop off sometimes. So there we go. You put that on there, and I just had 5 cotton balls that fit on nicely. You can do as much as you want. If you want him to have a more wool on his little face, but look at that. There we go. We have our little sheep card, which we're going to open up. And before you put these on, this is where I want you to write what you want to write to your friend. Or you can cut a piece of paper, like even this blue, and cut a piece to put there. So on here you can write your message for your friend. And I think I'm going to write on this one, "Miss you." And this is the "you" of the little girl sheep. And then cut that off. And do you know why I'm writing "miss you"? Because I do miss you. I miss you at story time. I miss seeing your faces. I miss singing with you. Miss hearing your voices and your laughter. So this card that I'm putting together right now is for my story time friends. I miss you, and I hope to see you soon. And guess what? We do have a surprise for you. I talked about it when we read the story. Next week, we're going to have Story Time Live, which means that you can have your parent or caregiver get on our website and register you RSVP to come to story time, and we can see each other and talk to each other, and we can meet next Wednesday. It's the Wednesday, April 29th at 11 o'clock, and we are going on a moose hunt. So I hope you join me so I can see your little faces, and you have a good week in between, and I hope I see you next week. Bye-bye.